So we have a chance to really transform politics in this city, and sort of make a huge breakthrough for the left, and to consolidate this sort of emerging coalition of the left wing, the labor movement, and DSA, with a lot of other activists and community groups involved as well.
On August 30th, the ballot initiative for renters' rights in the city of Tacoma in Washington state scored a victory in court. Initiative number 1, the Tenant Bill of Rights, will get a clean up or down vote this November. Ty Moore, the campaign manager of Tacoma for All and a member of DSA's Reform and Revolution Caucus, explains what happened and what comes next.
Well, just for people who have not been following the Tacoma for All ballot initiative as much, we've put forward a ballot initiative, a Tenant Bill of Rights, Initiative 1. It's been led up by Tacoma DSA, but we've built this broader coalition around Tacoma for All that's won the support of the Pierce County Central Labor Council, a number of individual unions, a lot of the housing justice and community justice groups in town. Virtually all significant progressive forces have endorsed or are supporting it. But the city council, after we gathered, almost double the number of signatures required by mid-June. In July, the city council voted to put a competing, basically a watered down version of the Tenant Bill of Rights up as a either or alternative. So voters were going to go to the polls and have a choice, either vote yes for the city's initiative or yes for our initiative. And in fact, it was even more complicated than that, because they weren't even that overlapping. The city's initiative did plenty of kind of small scale, but good things that our initiative didn't do. And our initiative did a lot of things that the cities didn't do, like tenant relocation assistance for rent hikes over 5%, like eviction protections for kids during the school year. Our initiative would have created a 6-month moratorium during the winter on evictions, in the most deadly months of the year, to be sent into the streets. It would have capped move-in fees and late fees to $10. A number of other things that were not in the city's provisions. So, but the city clearly put it on the ballot to confuse, disorient, and give the landlords a tool to defeat our initiative. So we sued them, saying that they did not have the authority to create this alternative version through the city charter. And I won't get into all the legal details, but the short of it is, this morning, the court ruled in our favor, saying that the city was deceptive, or whether their intent was deceptive or not, the judge said didn't matter, but it was acting in a deceptive manner because, and this is hard to explain, but I'll try and do it. In practice, the city had already passed all the laws in their Measure 2, in their competing initiative. They were already on the books. And the reality is, whether or not voters passed their Measure 2, it would remain on the books. So if a majority of voters passed Measure 2, Measure 2 exists. If a majority of voters didn't pass Measure 2, well, then nothing happens. The status quo remains. So all the policies in Measure 2 exist either way. So the only reason, and the judge saw this, the only reason they put it on was as a sort of maneuver to undermine the citizens' initiative. And the judge ruled that's undemocratic. So now it's a huge victory for tenants. It's a huge victory for working class people. It's a big victory for Tacoma DSA and our movement. And it will allow us to have a clean up or down vote on our Tenant Bill of Rights, on our Initiative 1. And we still fully expect the landlord lobby to spend big to pummel voters with deceptive mailers and ads. We've heard credible rumors. There's a guy named Jim Henderson. Jim Henderson runs Landlord Solutions about 10 blocks from my house. And we met with Jim Henderson in March, and Jim Henderson was very clear. He's going to oppose this. He has long relationships with the city council members, which is why we think a lot of the reasons they did this. He's the chief lobbyist for the Rental Housing Association of Washington, so spends a lot of time in Olympia lobbying for the landlords there. And he's going around bragging, including to people who've told us that he has raised $250,000 in pledges to fight us. So that's a lot. We've only raised so far about $65,000. If we can raise 150 total by the end of the election campaign. That will be a stretch. That's our goal. But we have a big grassroots campaign. We already collected over 7,300 signatures from voters in Tacoma, and our hope is to knock a lot more doors than that, and have a strong get out the vote operation. We also hope we can raise the funds to get mailers out, etc. We have 4 part-time staff members, as well as UFCW 367 is going to free up one of their shop floor activists, DSA member Michael Whalen, who's been at the core of building the labor coalition. He's going to go full time for UFCW in September to organize in favor of this, as well as for Jamaica Scott, the DSA candidate who made it through the primaries. So overall, it's a very favorable dynamic for us. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but we think we have a very good chance of winning the initiative and of winning a city council seat for Jamaica Scott, who is newer DSA member. I think just kind of coming to embrace the Democratic Socialist label quite newly, but there's a long time BLM or community activists coming out, grew up in Hilltop, been known as an activist in Tacoma for a long time. So it's a real positive that she's moved closer to DSA, joined DSA, and is seen as a DSA candidate now. So we have a chance to really transform politics in this city, and sort of make a huge breakthrough for the left, and to consolidate this sort of emerging coalition of the left wing, the labor movement, and DSA with a lot of other activists and community groups involved as well.